We're still dry right now across central Kentucky, and as we pull this out, eastern Kentucky is still dry as well. Current temps are on the mild side. We're at 66 degrees in Lexington. It's going to be warmer out there. That's the bottom line. Mid-70s today, upper 70s tomorrow. Yeah, Leprechaun may be a little sweaty on Saturday with temperatures into the mid-70s. And that's not a pleasant thought to think about here.
No, sweaty leprechaun.
As we've talked about, velour doesn't breathe very well.
No, right. And this is the cell here with the rotation that still continues to be pretty impressive on radar, and it's on the doorstep of Richmond, especially near the sheriff's office there on the north side of the city, near the northernmost exit. Yeah, state police are confirming a tornado, and also houses damaged in Wellington from an apparent tornado with golf ball size hail. It's just about to move through the south side of town, and those are going to be some strong straight line winds right along the apex there of the heaviest rain. That's where the storm is the most aggressive, of injuries and fatalities in that area right now. There were reports of people trapped in West Liberty about 45 minutes or an hour ago. And that's a really, really nasty situation there. It's just to the south of that, separate storm east of Salyersville, another good chance for a tornado. And those of you in Johnson County and Paintsville, look out because this is headed your way. On Saturday evening, flash flooding devastated Pike County, and about 70 people were rescued from rooftops of homes like this one. Valentine's Day, that guy looks a little bit like Richard Simmons. Don't you think? Yeah. So we'll have to watch out for that on Tuesday with mostly rain, chance of a little bit of light snow mixed in.
Are we both right, Jeff?
You're both correct. Everybody wins. How about that? On a Thursday at noon, everybody wins. You guys are correct. It's raining outside. Didn't take 4 years of college education to tell you that, but I can tell you that it'll be a lot drier tomorrow. Details after the break. We're dealing with some cold air out there this morning. Temps are in the 30s in most areas, 35 in London, 38 in Jackson, 37 in Lexington. So most of us are barely above freezing, but there are a couple of exceptions. A few valleys of eastern Kentucky are down around 29 and 30. Prestonsburg reported 29 degrees at the top of the hour. And it's going to be a chilly morning, but we're going to warm up into the low 60s this afternoon. Still below average, but we're moving in the right direction after an unseasonably cold weekend. Sunday, our high was only 50. Yesterday, we made it to 58. Today, we're on track for 62. And tomorrow, low 70s out there. And you can see to the south and west, it's a little bit warmer. Texarkana, 50 degrees. Some of that warmer air will be migrating in from the south and west. And we do have a couple of isolated thunderstorms for the latter part of the day, but right now we're all dry. When I say isolated, most of us will stay on the dry side, but there's a chance for a shower or storm later on today, mainly south and west of Lexington, as this disturbance producing some scattered showers up there in northern parts of Illinois. That will continue to track south and southeast, and in the latter part of the afternoon and into the evening, it is likely to produce a few showers and storms, primarily near Lake Cumberland. So if you're tuning into the north and east, you're more likely to stay on the drier side today. And our Futurecast will play this out for us. We can watch this little disturbance roll on in. 8 p.m. showers and storms south and west of Lexington. Not much going on to the north and east, and most of us in and around the city should be relatively dry. Later on tonight, most of the showers will be south of I-64, and we're going to be watching the radar closely because just a 30 or 40 mile waiver with the track will change the forecast for rain in Lexington. But unsettled weather will be the rule for the middle and even the latter part of the week, as this front will stall right across the neighborhood here in Kentucky, and we're going to have prolonged periods of at least showers and storms in the forecast tonight, tomorrow, even through Thursday and Friday, at least for some part of the area. Again, primarily today and tonight is to the south and west, but Thursday, better chance for showers and storms even farther north and east. Now, as far as severe weather is concerned, as we warm up tomorrow into the low 70s, the next disturbance that rolls across the pike could produce some scattered showers and storms that may reach severe limits with wind and hail in central and northern parts of the area. So we're going to have to watch out for that. That's mainly on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. So 62 for your high today. Still a little cool out there, but it's a step up from where we have been. Breezy, though, winds of 10 to 15, higher gusts, though, and look out for a late-day thunderstorm, mainly south and west of Lexington. And if you're going to the Legends game, near 60 at 7:05, we're going to be watching the radar closely, hoping that the showers stay south and west of the Whitaker Bank Ballpark. 42 then tonight, not as cold as we are right now. A couple of showers and storms to the south. And then tomorrow, high of 71. Look out for the chance for some scattered strong thunderstorms late in the day, possible anywhere here in central or eastern Kentucky. Your forecast is just 10 seconds away. So the big issue through the rest of the week is this front that will just kind of be wavering across Kentucky. It's going to set up shop and not really move anywhere, and we'll have off and on showers and storms not only today to the south and west, but back into the bluegrass area late Wednesday. Some of them could be severe. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, still scattered showers and storms. It finally moves away to the south and east on Sunday, and by Monday we're back to dry weather in the bluegrass area. Back to you.
B-17 is at Bluegrass Airport through Wednesday. You can take a flight. Our own Geoff Cornish already has.
To me, it's one of the greatest airplanes that's ever been built.
The world's largest tailwheel airplane weighed 32 tons at takeoff and could carry 12 500 or 6 1,000-pound bombs.
I had 35 combat missions over Europe, and it was dangerous business, and they built 124,000 of those things. There's about 17 left in the world that are flying.
You look at the shine in Herb's eye there, and it just makes him younger to be around this airplane. It's really neat.
In one of his more memorable missions, Mr. Heilbrunn flew over a large oil refinery in Czechoslovakia one Christmas Day.
And they hit 850 guns over that target, and my airplane was hit 89 times. And here's one of my Christmas presents that hit me, a piece of flak that exploded. That'll spoil your Christmas if it hits you.
Today I got a chance to fly in the B-17 around Lexington. We flew over the downtown area, then we went north to the horse park and saw the World Equestrian Games in action. The 75-year-old B-17 may ride a little louder, a little rougher, and a little draftier than today's commercial aircraft, but it still gets the job done. The B-17 will be in Lexington on Tuesday and Wednesday, and flights are available starting just after 10 a.m. There's no doubt it's a large part of history, bringing the greatest generation through some of America's darkest days.
But they got through it, and we're better for it.
You really had to kill the pilots or set it on fire, or they'd come home. That's one of the great things about that airplane. It was just, it was very special, very special.
Okay.
That and the help of the good Lord, you understand. It took a lot of that, too.
Only about 2,000 feet above Lexington, Geoff Cornish, ABC 36, your local news source.
Flights cost $400.
We had a gorgeous sunset last night, at least in some parts of the area. A couple of photos coming to us from Jonathan Durham in Laurel County. A lot of color there as some cirrostratus clouds were combining with a beautiful sunset in southern Kentucky. And another photo for you, just some great colors there, some grays, magentas, orange, and yellow. Not bad for a mid-January treat. Right now we have some thick clouds over our heads. We won't be seeing much of a sunset today because the clouds are going to obscure the view, and we're going to be downright cloudy for at least the next 24 hours. On our live Viper radar, you'll notice there are a few little radar returns to the north, not yet reaching the ground in most cases. You may begin to see a few isolated snowflakes in northern Kentucky in a couple more hours. Right now, we're slowly warming up, and we have a very split forecast, kind of a dramatic contrast later on tonight from north to south, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute. Right now, we're at 32, making some progress upwards, but we do have light wind from the east-northeast at 7 miles per hour beginning to shift around, and eventually that wind will begin to blow from the south and east later on this evening, and that'll help to warm some of us up, but not everybody. Right now there's about a 12-degree contrast from the northern part of the bluegrass area in Owenston down to Richmond at 37 degrees, and when we pull this out even more, you'll see a greater contrast from 22 in Cincinnati to 43 degrees down in Laurel County. So we're warming up pretty well in southern Kentucky, and in fact we do expect some thunderstorms late tonight near the Tennessee state line. In fact, there's a slight risk for severe weather from middle Tennessee southward. Meanwhile, some of the northern counties in Kentucky will deal with an icy mess with some freezing rain. So our satellite and radar is showing the northern part of this disturbance with some widespread snow across Illinois and Indiana, eventually into Ohio. And some folks up there will see a few inches of snow, in fact several inches closer to the Great Lakes. But we are turning our attention to a disturbance that will also produce some rain eventually across Tennessee. And things are just going to kind of evolve over our heads tonight. So we're not going to necessarily see rain move in. It will just develop on radar virtually over Kentucky. Our futurecast will show the warm front lifting north, and that is helping to warm us up, but it may not be in time, at least for northern Kentucky, as some freezing rain is expected along areas a good bit north, probably 2 to 3 counties north of Interstate 64. So we're really talking about the far northern part of our viewing area where some light freezing rain could become a little bit at least heavier for an hour or two later on on tonight. And you may get a 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain up in northern Kentucky, which could spell major trouble late tonight into early tomorrow. Meanwhile, in and around Lexington and southward, we expect to see regular plain old rain. As a precaution, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's District 7, which handles Lexington and the metro area, is out pre-treating the roads. But again, we do expect to climb above freezing before the rain in Lexington. Just be aware if you're traveling anywhere in northern Kentucky, there could be some ice out there. Meanwhile, late tonight, while the ice and freezing rain is an issue to the north, we may see some thunderstorms in southern parts of Kentucky and down through Tennessee. They could be a little bit strong. So we will keep our eye on the whole situation with a really tight temperature gradient or contrast from north to south, with temperatures near 30 in the far north, closer to 50 in the far southern part of our area later on tonight. Here's our futurecast high-res view with rain across the area. There's the pink indicating some freezing rain possible this evening into the overnight. Some thunderstorms late tonight into early tomorrow morning, pushing through southeastern Kentucky, and then a return to some quieter weather for your Saturday afternoon. And temperatures are going to rise again. We may be 10 degrees warmer at midnight than we are now at midday. So a very unusual weather pattern here with that breeze from the south. So temperatures may be in the upper 30s at 10 p.m. in the north and low 50s, meanwhile, in some of our southern counties. Freezing rain will be an issue with winter weather advisories to the north from Owen County over to Robertson County and into Lewis County, up to a 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain possible up there. Not as much of an issue to the south here in Lexington. 41 for your high. That may not occur until 9 or 10 p.m. And then temperatures eventually toward dawn cooling back down to 36 after some showers and even a stray storm or two. And tomorrow a high of 41. And that 7-day forecast is pretty active. Another storm system rolls through late Sunday into Monday, and then a third on Wednesday into Thursday of next week. But Tuesday is the pick with mostly sunny skies and 47. Another thing to look for, a major warm-up on Sunday.
You guys aren't busy at all.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Not a challenge at all for you, is it?
Two different weather patterns in different parts of the state here.